Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. Today is Thursday, February 8th, the 6 o'clock edition of the Loshak in the Bag show. His name is Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. Jimmy the Bag, I'm feeling a little bit whacked out as normal for a Thursday afternoon, but overall, I'm feeling better than usual. I think that's because later on in the college basketball season, it becomes more manageable because you don't have to do as much research for all the teams. You know what I'm saying?
I still don't have enough time.
Yes.
Trying to break down game flow, it will never get easier for me.
Yes. Well, what you do, yours is very research intensive. Mine is partly research intensive, a lot more numbers based. And in general, I'm feeling better than normal at this point in the week. And I did look at the totals, and I have a bunch of totals plays that I'm going to give out, Jimmy the Bag.
Nice.
How about that? All right, we got so much shit to cover.
That's perfect because I have no totals, only sides.
All right, so let's jump right into a college basketball. Okay, we want to make this. We want to get to everything that we want to get to. So I will remind everyone of the picks that I gave on the sides in the morning show. Then I will relatively quickly but calmly and steadily go down all the totals plays that I want to give, and then we'll get to your opinions. While I'm giving all the picks, just scan for comments, Jim, and tell me if you see anything that is worth getting to. Of course, this is a crazy time. There's a million games, a million comments, so we try to get to everything as best as we can. Right, Jim?
When I have a side on a total, or do you just want to run through all your totals?
Well, okay, I will. Let me just go through all the totals, and then because you do in-depth breakdowns, which are very interesting. Let me just get the totals out for now, and then let's see. G Money NHL Top Shelf says, Loshak, wear your fish shirt. Good luck. What the hell is he talking about? Fish shirt. I don't have a fish shirt. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so let's start. College basketball. All right, in the morning show, I gave SIU Edwardsville -1.5, Marist +9.5. Elon -1.5. Georgia State, controversial game against Louisiana Lafayette, +2. I gave North Texas +10. Portland +10.5. Houston -8. We got some great comments in the morning indicating why that's a good play. Arkansas State +9 and Idaho State +6.5. Other plays that I was thinking about, which hopefully maybe Jim will have some insights into, and commenters as well. Of course, Duke +2. I was thinking about that one. Illinois Chicago -10 against Youngstown State. I was thinking about that one. Georgia Southern -10.5. I was thinking about that one. Manhattan +9. I was thinking about that one, and thinking a little bit about Morehead State as well at -3, and some first halves in a bunch of those games as well. All right, so let's quickly start off by going down the totals. I'm going to try to cover a lot, but I'm going to try to cover it very calmly and deliberately. First total, not even looking at the card yet, not even looking at the games yet. Definitely going to give the first half over in the William & Mary game. That line I also saw went down to 6, so that line has been bouncing all around. Opened at 7.5, went down to 6.5, back up to 7.5. Now it looks like it's back down to 6.5. So pretty clearly money coming in on William & Mary, and I might give that one, but definitely I will give the first half over on that one. Probably should give the full game over as well, but let me just find the first half over on that one. Yeah, 71 -112 is the current line at Pinnacle. I bet that one, and I'm going to take that one. The William & Mary Charleston first half over 71 -112. That is one total that I will definitely give. All right, let me go to the totals page and just scan down. Try to remember which of all these bets I made. Tulsa and Tulane. I did bet the under on that one, and I will give it. The Tulsa game under. It is headed up, which is understandable. Tulane doesn't have a good defense, but they can be an underscoring team, an undertrending team at times, and I think that they'll more likely than not play a more modest scoring game here. This is just one play. I've got a million plays. Tulsa under 147 -110. What, someone said something about that game? No.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, okay. Jokes. We don't have time for jokes.
No, we don't have time for jokes. I'm sorry. I wish we did. Yes,
jokes.
I did. All right, under 147 -110. That is Tulsa. I will definitely give that one. I was also thinking about the over in the Pittsburgh-Clemson game. I don't know if I want to give that one, though, but it's just like, I'm not sure there's going to be a lot of clampdown defense here. And, all right, I will give that one. I'll give the Clemson game over. I can understand why it's such a low total and why someone would like under, but I'm going to give the over 132 -110. No, wow, the Greek has 131.5 -110. All right, I don't know about that, but I might be on the wrong side here, but I will throw that one on there. Over 131.5 -110. Pittsburgh and Clemson. That's at the Greek. All right. Monmouth, Iona. Wow, I did hit the first half over on that one. I got 74. That total is skyrocketing up. It opened at 156. Now it's up to 159. Let me see what the first half. Wow, yeah, wow. I bet it at 74. Now it's up to 75 or 75 and a half. Okay, I'll give it. I'll give the first half over. I bet it at 74, but I will take the Pinnacle line right now, minus 110. Monmouth, Iona, first half over, 75, minus 110. All right, moving on down the line. Marist St. Peter's, I did bet the under on that one at 133 or 132 and a half. That is now way down to a 130 or 130 and a half. Damn it. I wanted to... get the one. I should have tweeted it out, I guess, but I'll have to take 130 and a half right now if I want to take that one. And all right, I will. I'll take it. St. Peter's under 130 and a half, minus 110. I bet it at 132 and a half, and I hope it doesn't land on 131 or 132. That will be extremely frustrating. Marist and St. Peter's. Hofstra, Elon. I did take a shot with the over on that one, and I did also bet the first half over. I'm going to hold off on that one for now. Manhattan Rider. I took a small shot with the under, I believe, but I'm going to pass on that. Towson Drexel, the over, I think is a decent play on that one. Not necessarily the first half over, but the full game over, and the Greek still has 147, and I will hold off on that one for now. I'll see if anyone has anything to say about that one. Cleveland State IUPUI, I did bet the under on that one. That is now up to 139. I don't understand why that line movement is headed up, and that's not a good sign, but I will take it. I'll take IUPUI under 139 minus 110 as an official pick. That is at Pinnacle right now. William & Mary Charleston. Wow, look at that. It's headed down. Unbelievable. Now down to 150. I don't understand that line movement, but that is certainly interesting. Austin P and Murray State definitely leaning over in that one. And let me think if I want to take that one. Sure, I will take it. I'll take it. Murray State over 147 minus 110 is an official play as well. Western Carolina, VMI. I was leaning under on that one, and I will take that one as well. VMI under 137 and a half minus 110. I got that one at 138. It's now 137 and a half minus 110 at Pinnacle, and I will take that one. I told you I was going to go slow and steady here. Citadel Chattanooga. Citadel's not always going explosive scoring, but when they played Chattanooga, they did, and I think this game is more likely not to go explosive scoring. I don't really want to double up on it, but I will take the first half over on this one, which is headed down at Pinnacle. Very interesting. It's now down to 76 and a half at Heritage.
Twatty was talking a lot about Citadel's improved defense over the last 5 games.
And so he doesn't like the over on this one.
No.
He does not. All right, I'll hold off on this one. I don't like the line movement. Thank you very much, Jimmy the Bag. Essential comment right there. Very interesting. All right, now let's see what else we have. Georgia State, Louisiana Lafayette. It is going to be a big clash. The line is headed down, but I was leaning over on that one. I'll hold off on that one for now and think about it a little bit more. Let's see. Wright State and Green Bay, slightly to the under on that one, is now up to 142 and a half. I'll think about that one too. Duke UNC, very interesting as far as the total is concerned, but that's going to be a pass. Illinois Chicago, I actually have a lean to the under on that one, and I will take that one as well, even though the first time they played it went very, very high scoring, and Youngstown State can be very high scoring. I'm going to take the under on this one. Illinois Chicago under 154 at Bookmaker, 154 minus 110. That's Illinois Chicago under 154 minus 110. Charlotte Louisiana Tech, lean to the under, but I'm going to keep that as a lean for now. North Texas UAB, definitely leaning to the over on that one, and I will take that one. UAB over 140 minus 110. North Texas UAB over 140 minus 110. Moving on down, Eastern Kentucky. I took the under on that one, so I'm going to take that one here. Eastern Kentucky. Let me find the best line there. 143 minus 110 there. Eastern Kentucky, Tennessee Martin under 143. Oral Roberts, North Dakota State, leaning over first half and full game. I'll think about that right now for a little bit. IPFW, South Dakota, another interesting one. I have a lean to the under on that one, even though both of these teams can be very, very high scoring. And I will throw that one on there. South Dakota under, even though, that might be a contrarian play, could easily soar over. I will take the under 155 and a half minus 110. That's the current line at Pinnacle. I will make that one an official play. Moving on down, we're almost done, and I think that's actually about it for the totals that I wanted to definitely give.
Vitalis broke down in his model the Citadel game.
Yes.
And he has it 77-74.
Wow. So expecting an under. Okay. I was I was thinking about taking a shot with the over on that one, at least on the first half, not doubling up on it, because if the first half doesn't go over, then I definitely wouldn't want the full game over. But that's it. So once again, all the totals I've given: South Dakota under 155.5, Eastern Kentucky under 143, UAB over 140, Illinois Chicago under 154, IUPUI under 139, VMI under 137.5, Charleston first half over 71, St. Peter's under 130.5, Iona first half over 75, Tulsa under 147, Clemson over 131.5, and Murray State over 147. Hopefully, out of all those plays, I'll come up positive a unit or two. That'd be really nice. A sweep would also be awesome and not out of the question. Jimmy the Bag, that's it for my initial totals plays that I'm going to give. Let's get to your takes on today's card. A huge card. Let's just start off open-ended. Jimmy the Bag, what would you like to share with us today?
Sure. I'll just go in no particular order, just from the start of it. I did jump on Elon with you. That was a play I made. I'm taking Elon on the full game. When these teams met up last time, Hofstra's 6'9", 260-pound Rokas Gustis got 23 rebounds. And Hofstra got destroyed. 89-76 at home after Gustis dominated the boards. Elon's bigs, Tyler Sebring and Brian Dawkins, ran the floor, and Gustis just couldn't keep up. They combined for 40 points. Gustis doesn't help this team if Hofstra is playing fast. They run him to death. Hofstra's Justin Wright Foreman took 16 threes and only hit 5 of them. That's because senior guard 6'4" Dimitri Thompson doubles Wright Foreman on the perimeter and makes his life very difficult. If Gustis doesn't get the rebounds, Elon was off and running, trying to make this guy sweat out whatever booze he was drinking last night. Elon put up 53 points in the second half. Because of this, I can't take the over because Hofstra has to come up with a different plan. The plan that they had last time obviously didn't work. If you just look at what happened last game, in the second half you think, oh, the over is low-hanging fruit, but Hofstra just can't do that again. So after breaking all that down, I think Elon can take out Hofstra. They have the right matchups. And
you notice I did not give that as a pick. I just mentioned I was thinking about it, but I did not give the over as a pick.
Yes, and I could see why someone would like it initially, but after breaking it down, it just doesn't make sense that the game will go the same way. So I'm on Elon full game.
All right, and on that note, I will also throw on Elon on the first half, which was a lean for mine as well. First half -0.5, -110. And this line has not moved much, so we will be able to give you pretty much the same line I got in the morning, -1.5, -109. That's the exact line I got in the morning. Jim's taking Elon -1.5, -109, and I've thrown on the first half -0.5, -110. All right, what else do you like, Jim?
That's a relief. I have to say something that's off topic quickly. Bill Butler says, really digging that Sabres play, Jimmy. And I've taken so much abuse for that play today, so it's really nice to hear that, Bill.
Oh, the last time you took abuse was on the Boston play just yesterday.
Yeah.
How did that turn out?
But I was more confident in that team than the Sabres. But thank you, Bill. That means a lot to hear that. Mr. Gogster is on a play that I'm going to give in a little bit. Why don't I give it now? If he gives it right now, he's on Weber State first half. I'm on Weber State. Both first half and full game. Let me get to that game quickly. Sorry, so many goddamn plays.
That's all right. That's card. Okay. You're on Weber State first half and full game, right?
Weber State first half and first game. North Dakota. No, I've heard people who are on North Dakota today, and that didn't scare me off of Weber State. North Dakota had a magical game at home the last time these two teams met. They shot 52.4% from three. On the year, they hit 31.5%. They hit 54.4% from the field. On the year, they hit 45.5%. Weber State turned the ball over 16 times compared to just 9 by North Dakota. Since that game, North Dakota's won 2 of 6, while Weber State used that game as a wake-up call and have won 5 straight. Now they want revenge. Weber State has the best scorer on the floor in sophomore Jarek Harding, averaging 21.9 points and hitting 44% from 3. And they have 3 bigs in their rotation at 6'8" or bigger compared to North Dakota's 1. I'm on both.
Okay, we're going to give you -10, -110, which is the best line at UWager, and the first half is -5.5, -111, which is the best line at Pinnacle. You really looked into this game, didn't you, Jim?
What was the yes? But I've heard other cappers going away from me.
And what was their reasoning?
Max said the one guy's reasoning was that because North Dakota had played Gonzaga so hard on the road that they think North Dakota can play well on the road. But I looked at North Dakota's numbers shooting from the three at home and on the road, and they're just much, much better at home.
Okay.
And what was Weber State's first half, sorry?
-5.5, -111. That is the current line at Pinnacle. Okay, very interesting. I'm going to do a little bit of research right now, and I might tail you on both of those. I love your breakdown, Jim. I might tail you on both of those. And what else do you have for us, Jimmy the Bag?
Nice. JP said something very nice there. He said, used to shy away from bigger plus money spots. Now I've learned to pick my spots with them. Treated me well. Have hit solid parlays like last night. Thanks, man. And Richard Rich says only 25% of the public is on the Sabres right now, which is a nice spot. Okay. Okay, so they're there. So I am on Citadel. Citadel shot 61.7% from the field and 50% from three when they beat Chattanooga at home 110-101 in overtime. That win stopped a 5-game losing streak. Now they've won 3 of 4. One of those was a win at Mercer, while Chattanooga went into Mercer and lost 75-71. Citadel has terrible defense, but it is improving. There is only one team in the nation that allows more than 89.7 points per game. But Citadel can score. They're 16th in the nation at 84.9 points per game and 23rd with 17.1 assists per game. Chattanooga has one of the worst offenses in the nation and won't be able to take full advantage of Citadel's D. Chattanooga has a height advantage, but is much worse at rebounding the ball. That shows a team that doesn't have heart and is afraid of the dirty areas. The Mocs have won 2 of 13. Citadel's given me enough points. I believe that Citadel can keep this close. And right away I look and it says Mela Payless weighs on Citadel, Jimmy. I like it.
Wow. I might tell you on that one too, Jimmy the Bag. Best line. It is headed up. Chattanooga's -5, opened at -4. It's now up to 5. +5 -105 is the best line right now at Bookmaker and at Pinnacle. I might tail you on that one too. Would it bother you if I just tailed you on fucking everything?
I would love that.
You really like Citadel here, right?
I do.
You think it's totally fine, right?
I think it's a great spot for them.
You looked into it.
Their offense can keep them in the game, and Chattanooga can't abuse their lack of defense.
And they're playing better defense, right?
They are.
All right, I'll take it. I'm going to tail you on that one, Jim. +5 -105. Citadel +105 -105. And I'm also going to have that in mind for the second half if and when that comes up. All right, Jim, what else would you like to share with us?
I like seeing this already. I know Mutt Beast is on this. DJ Big Boss is on this. Melee Payless Way is on this. I'm on USC at Arizona State today. The key to this game is 6'10" Benny Boatwright's foot. He says he's back to 100%. He played just 9 minutes in their loss to UCLA. That halted a 6-game winning streak. Coach Enfield said he had a great week of practice. Arizona sharpshooters, Trey Holder, 19 points. Shannon Evans, 16.8 points. Cody Justice, 12.7 points. Better be hitting their shots because the Sun Devils' big 6'8", 220-pound Romello White and 6'10", 225-pound Daquan Lake are going to lose the battle on the boards with Chemezi Metu and Benny Boatwright. Daquan is a problem for Arizona State, and I imagine that it's coaching because he doesn't know how to find the balance in his game. He's either super aggressive and immediately in foul trouble, or he's afraid to get fouls and he plays on the periphery. Both ways are problematic, and so he barely stays on the court because when he's playing on the periphery, he gets pulled right away, and when he's playing aggressive, he gets in foul trouble right away. He's going to have a tough time with Metu and Boatwright. USC senior point guard Jordan McLaughlin, 12.3 points, 7.7 assists, is distributing at a very high level. Senior guard Elijah Stewart is in the midst of his best 4-game stretch of the season, maybe his career. I think that I will take the points in this situation and take USC. Okay, sorry, my computer is freezing up here a little bit. All right, let me just get to. Sorry, computer's just freezing up. Can't get the line right now. Okay, so I'm going to put you on USC, and I'll let you know what the line is when my computer unfreezes. What else do you want, Jim? Okay, now I know that we haven't always had success when we're all together on plays, but I am doubling up on Houston in this situation. I have the line. USC +4 -110 at UWager. +4 -110 at UWager. Beautiful. Okay. That's what I was expecting. Beautiful. Okay. So I am going to double up on Houston. The only spot I'm a little uncomfortable is the first half. Not the full game. With Jerry Foster injury, while Jerry Foster injury hurt, the Shake Milton injury is devastating. Hard for the rest of the team to make up the loss of SMU's best 2 players. They averaged 31.2 points, 10.6 boards, 7.1 assists combined. Jamal McMurray's trying to make up for it. He's trying to make up for the absence, by shooting every time he gets behind the arc. He went 7 for 17 from 3 in their most recent loss at Tulsa. He took one shot in the game that wasn't a 3. Milton and Foster were both 6'6", both 6'6". So not only can they score, but they were good at defending the perimeter, something that SMU is going to miss desperately. Houston's Corey Davis hits 46% from 3. Armani Brooks hits 41% from 3. Who's going to force them into taking tough shots? I went down and looked at the guards that are left in SMU, and none of them have that reach, that length to bother Corey Davis and to bother Brooks. And I haven't even got, that's Davis and Brooks. We're not even talking about Rob Gray, their best distributor and leading scorer. I think this is a good spot for Houston. Now, when I was looking at SMU's last 2 games, they do start off still pretty strong. And that's what teams often do when they're dealing with injury problems. So as much as I don't love the first half, I like the play so much that I'm still doubling it up.
Very nice. Jimmy the Bag, you are becoming a more seasoned and sharper handicapper in front of our eyes. I've also done some research, and I am going to tail you on the Weber State plays, both of them. Is that okay, Jim? I'm just going to be adding all these fucking plays here. All right, so what do you want? So, all right, so you want...
I'm doubling up on Houston.
All right, now I did grab Houston at -8 in the morning show, and that is not available right now anymore. So let's see. Let me just find Houston here, and of course I went and bet it immediately after the show and got 8. Let me see. Where the hell is?
Oh wow, Ace King's at the Houston game right now.
Oh shit.
This is so cool.
This is awesome.
This is so cool, Ace King. He's watching SMU shoot around. They look lost without Shake. I'm already on the Cougs heavy. Oh, Ace King, that's so cool.
Oh my God, that is awesome.
That's so cool.
That's why this show is great. All right.
Oh, that's so fucking cool.
All right, -9, -110, and the news report straight from courtside in the Houston game. SMU looks lost. SMU looks lost. This is a live report straight from courtside. SMU looking lost. Houston, jump on it. No, I'm kidding. Right? I'm doing that for effect. If you want to tail it, but don't go all in, right? Don't go all in.
Don't go all in.
Standard size bet. If you really like it a lot, bet your maximum bet size, but you don't go all in, right?
Yeah.
Houston, -9 is what Jim's going to get.
Full
and the
game?
First half is, I didn't give the first half, but I was going to give the first half. Let's see what that line is. I did bet that one myself at -4.5. Where the hell is that line? Hold on.
I don't think I can get a 4.5 anymore.
No, it's 5. All right, so Jim's going to get first half -5, -110. Houston, first half -5, -110. And I will throw that one on there myself also. I will throw Houston, first half -5, -110. And I will also throw on the Weber State plays, first half. Let's check the current lines just to make sure that everything here is current. Let me just find it. Okay, yes, 5.5 -111. First half -5.5 -111, and the full game -10 -110. All right, I've tailed almost all your plays so far, Jim. What else do you have for us, Jim?
I am on Stanford full game at Utah this evening. Utah's 6'10" seniors David Collette and Tyler Rawson rebound poorly and play soft. Yes, they can bring in 7-foot Jace Johnson in as well. They can give you different looks with their bigs. Their best scorer and distributor, Justin Bibbins, is in a big slump. He's gone 4 for 20 from the field over his last 2 games, 1 for 11, over his last 2 games, and 1 for 11 from 3. He has just 7 assists in the last 69 minutes. It's hard to get assists on this Ute team because they don't have great scoring options. They have a ton of different looks to give you, but they don't have a lot of great scoring options. The Cardinal have 2 bigs that produce over 30 points and 15 boards a game in Reed Travis and Michael Humphrey. They are a different team with Dorian Pickens in the lineup. They're 10-4 when he plays. They're coming off beating Oregon by 35. Pickens went 5 for 6 from 3 and scored 25 points. I think Stanford is the better team. I will take the points and the better team.
Okay, and in the meantime, I was just scanning the comments, and everyone's agreeing with you on USC. I didn't tail you on that one because I just haven't had time to look at that game. The Pac-12 is always notoriously crazy for me, but everyone's loving USC, Jim.
Everybody's loving USC, which is great. Now, Dan Kelly says a great thing. He says, this scares the shit out of me. Last time we were all on the side involving Houston was the Wichita State flu game. Now, that was a gimmick.
Yeah, exactly.
We were on a gimmick in that game. There's not a gimmick here. It's just breaking down the 2 teams
Yeah.
Now, obviously, SMU's got injury problems, but that's not a gimmick. We're breaking down the matchups.
Yes. The last time the flu rumor came around was the Eagles. I'm telling you, I've done this. I've seen this. I've had experience doing this for years and years and years. The biggest, smoke and mirrors, fraudulent rumor that spreads around in terms of, personnel is flu rumors. You know what I mean? Sometimes it is a real factor, but usually it's a factor when you hear about it after the game, not before. Most of the time, when you hear flu rumors before the game, they don't mean shit. Example A was the Eagles. Example B was Wichita State game. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yeah.
Because people recover from the flu. When they get it that night or the night before, then it does fuck them up, but you don't hear about it until after the game, and you bet on them, and you're like, oh, the whole team had the flu. Well, why didn't someone tell me beforehand? Because if they told you beforehand, it would have come earlier, and then it wouldn't have mattered to you. I'm not saying the flu isn't a real factor, because it is. I'm just saying that much more often than not, it winds up being a non-issue when the rumors get spread around. And a lot of times, it'll be a factor, and you'll hear about it after the fact. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yes, I do. And Vitalis's model has Stanford losing by 8.
Wow.
I just see this. That scares me. I don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing that. But I do really like this spot. I just think that Utah's got all these different looks they can give you from their bigs, and the Cardinals just have this one look with Reed Travis and Michael Humphrey, and it works.
Right.
And they have scores. If Utah had just a couple scores on this team, I mean, Bibbins is a good point guard just in a shooting slump, but if they had a couple scores, then I would like this team moving forward. I really like Stanford moving forward, and they have to basically win out to get into the tourney.
All right, so you want Stanford plus the points, plus 4.5 minus 103 is the best line right now at Pinnacle. Is that okay for you,
Full
Jim?
game plus 4.5 minus 103. Love it.
Yeah. All right, let me just quickly look at this. Let me just eyeball this USC thing because everyone's liking USC, and I'm feeling like that might be the right play here. You're liking USC over Arizona State. You like that one, Jim? Huh? You like that one?
It's all about Boatwright's foot.
Yeah.
And I went into it. I got information from the coach straight up, telling me how he was practicing, all this stuff. I read a full article on it.
So is he out, or he's
He was out,
right?
But he's been bothered by this for 2 months.
Yes.
And he's now at a point where even his quote is, "I'm 100%." And he was staying after practice, just running back and forth, just to show the coach that he was going to build up his stamina, so that he's ready to play.
Okay, I will take that one. I'll go on that one with you. All with all yous. USC plus 4 minus 110. USC plus 4 minus 110. I will tail you on that one as well. Jimmy the Bag, I love it when you're doing that kind of research, reading articles, hearing it from the coach's mouth. All right, and again, I didn't mean to overstate what the the importance of the flu on a team. I'm just saying that in general, more often than not, the flu turns out to be a total nothing burger when you hear these rumors like, you hear it for the Eagles and stuff like that all over the place. All right, Melas Palas Way likes USC. Wow. Christopher Kelly, here we go. Trust me, I'm in Arizona. I always tell you guys, I know these Arizona teams, USC will win outright. Wow. There you go. Christopher Kelly, trust him. He's in Arizona. He always tells us. He knows the Arizona teams.
Should I double
USC
up?
will win outright. I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe I should take him on the first half, too.
Maybe you should. All right. What else do you like, Jim? I'll think about that as well.
Okay, I'm just going to put a little asterisk.
Yes.
Go back to it. Okay, I have my final game that I'm doubling up on, and it was a play that you led me to, Pete.
Yeah.
I am on Northern Kentucky, first half and full game. Northern Kentucky destroyed Milwaukee earlier this year by 27 points. They shot 60% from the field, out-rebounded them by 14. That was the first game of a 6-game homestand for Milwaukee. They bounced back from that game to win 4-5. They're coming off an 18-point win over Green Bay. They're playing better basketball now. But Northern Kentucky's won 3 straight by an average of 18.3 points. The big difference in the Northern Kentucky-Milwaukee game that was in Milwaukee was that Milwaukee's top rebounder, Bryce Neasy, had a very difficult time with the Norse's Drew McDonald. They're the exact same height, but Drew McDonald has 25 pounds on him. McDonald out-rebounded him 12-7. The Norse already have more skill when you add a rebounding advantage because the Norse are a small club. So if you can out-rebound the Norse, that's where you have the advantage. I just think this is a really nice spot for Northern Kentucky. I'm taking them on both first half and full game.
All right. By the way, I am going to double up here. I'm going to take USC first half. USC first half plus 2 minus 103. That is the current line at Bet Online.
I'll do that as well.
You want that as well?
Yeah.
All right. USC first half and the first half +2 -103. That is the current line at BetOnline. And I'm thinking maybe we should have just taken the money line on USC, but it's okay. We're getting a little bit of a cushion there. The money line right now would be about +150 or so. Pinnacle has 140. Yeah, but Bookmaker has 155. It's an extra half unit. It's we can use it, but you can go back and change your pick if you want on that one. But all right, so you want Northern Kentucky, and I did not give this one as an official pick. It was just something I was bouncing around in my head.
Yes.
But you want the first half and full game. All right, Northern Kentucky. Give me a second to. We're handling these. This is a massive card they put in front of us, and I think we're doing a pretty damn good job getting to as many games as we possibly can. We're handling it here. It's a lot to handle, but we're doing it. Let me find it. Northern Kentucky. Okay. Wow. Yep. Yeah. Wow. The line has gotten bet down. Full game is -10, -105. That's the current line at Pinnacle. -10, -105 in the first half. Let me find that. Let me find that one for you. Jimmy the Bag, Northern Kentucky would be -6, -102, -6, -102, and that is the current line at Pinnacle. And I will go on this one as well. I'm not going to double up on it, but I will take it, and I will just take the full game here. Northern Kentucky -10. What did I say it was? -10. What did I say, Jim?
Northern Kentucky was -10, -105.
Right, -10, -105. That was a lean for me. I'll go on that one as well, and if it loses, that's fine. Just one play here. Jim's taking it two ways, first half and a full game. All right, anything else you want to add on here, Jim?
First off, Vitalis in his model says, yes, do it. Northern Kentucky wins by 14 this thing. And then Damo is on William and Mary over in the full game. And I know
I took the first half on the first half over, and that line, the total is getting bet down. But we have seen this before. We have seen William and Mary totals get inexplicably bet down and sail over as much as we thought. The line is now just 150. 150. I mean, unless Charleston changes, forces their will on William and Mary and really slows things down, which I'm not sure that they will, because they'll probably be like, we can score on these guys, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Twatty's model also has Utah beating Stanford easily.
Okay.
So both their models are going against.
And that's also one of the plays that you're making that I'm not tailing you on, Jim.
Yes.
One of the few. All right. The only other play that I'm not tailing you on is actually nothing. That is the only play I'm not tailing. And I guess Northern Kentucky first half. But everything else, every other play that you've got here, I'm on, Jim. All right.
Well, that's good. I'm not going to take it back. But I hate that their models aren't with me.
Yes.
And but it's all good. Okay. So now the another game I capped and was trying to find a spot was the Louisiana Lafayette Georgia State game.
That's a tough one. I might be on the wrong side of that one, Jim.
It's a really tough spot.
Yeah.
Georgia State won 9 straight, 20th in the nation, allowing 64.4 points per game, but they rebound poorly. Louisiana Lafayette's won 10 straight. They do everything well.
Yes.
They're 21st in the nation at 83.6 points per game, 76th in the nation, allowing 68.1 points per game, led by junior point guard Marcus Stroman, 6 assists a game, 7th in the nation with 18 assists a game. 6'6", 255-pound senior Bryce Washington averages a double-double and leads a team that is 34th in the nation with 39.1 rebounds a game. What I've noticed in college basketball is, I got very caught up in height. And some of these guys that are 6'6" and 6'7", but are 250 plus can dominate on the boards. And this is what Bryce Washington does. So I saw.
Haven't you ever played like street ball where there's some guy who's like 6'8" and like can't even walk, let alone rebound? You know what I'm saying? I mean, just because you're tall doesn't necessarily mean you're athletic. You know what I'm saying?
No question, no question. But I've also played basketball with guys with big asses, and that's what these guys have. That's what these guys have, and they can just bounce you around, and that's what Bryce Washington does. I
mean, if I'm picking guys in street ball, I'm picking the guy with the huge ass over the 6'10" beanpole every time. Right?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm staying off this Louisiana Lafayette Georgia State game. I think that Louisiana Lafayette is a slightly better basketball team, but Georgia State at home is a tough spot, tough place to play, and they want this win very badly, and I'm very interested to watch it, but not to make a move on it. Now, Barry Chu says, any comments on Duke, North Carolina?
I mean, look. I bet Duke on the overnight line. I actually made it my big bet size at -1.5. And, the line apparently has moved in UNC's favor based on money, not on, although now it's headed back a little bit. It was 2 in the morning show. The total I'm not going to touch, although there's a slight chance that I might take the second half under on this one. I'm not going to touch the total. Probably going to be a high-scoring game. If you gave me a free play on a total on the full game or first half, I would take a shot with the first half over at 80. I bet Duke at -1.5. It's now down. Native Queen in the morning show said that North Carolina is a second half team and Duke lacks depth. So maybe if you want to take Duke, take them on the first half, which actually, you know what? I will do that. I'll take them. What the hell? Throw another play on there. I got like literally 30 plays tonight, but I'll take Duke first half +1. Duke first half +1 you wager as -105. So that's the line. First half +1. First half +1 -105. I'm taking Duke. I bet I'm on the full game and I even hit the first half as well in the morning. So we'll see how it turns out. We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, I'm not going to make a play on this game. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered with both of these two teams, and this game will answer a lot of them. I decided with this enormous card just to leave that game alone, as it was going to take up a ton of time. But it looks like most people here are on Duke. Mud Beast is on Duke. Dave LA's on North Carolina. Barry Shue is on Duke. DJ Big Boss is on Duke. Jansen Bonzone says his Lego model says Duke. And Hal Abraham
That's funny. That's a funny line there. Let me read that line. Jansen Bonzone, my Lego model says Duke. Wow. Professional level comedy writing there.
It is good.
Look at that.
It is good, man.
Mudbeast said Duke.
Really? Even Mudbeast likes Duke.
But just one word.
Wow. Oh, nice. Nice.
Hal Abraham says the best way to play North Carolina Duke is the over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and I would lean first half over as well for sure. Let me see. Wow. Yeah. Jansen Bonzone, there you go. My Lego model says Duke. I'm saving this comment right here.
Zach Kenkel says North Carolina, Duke sucks on the road.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a tricky situation as far as what you're going to get from both these teams, and I guess the uncertainty is maybe a good thing. I'm taking Duke on the first half, and I might take a shot with the first half over, which is it's 80 at Heritage, 79.5 at other places. Pinnacle has 78.5, but juiced to -143 to the over. So
wow.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take a shot. I'll take the over here, actually. I'll take the over here. The first half over, not the full game over. The first half over. I'm taking the first half over, and I'm not going to take 78.5 -143. I'm going to take 79.5 -110. First half over, 79.5 -110, and I'll probably be looking at the second half under as well. But I'm going to take the first half over, 79.5 -110 in UNC Duke, and I'm also on Duke on the first half as well. I don't know if anyone has any comments about a couple of the big favorites that I was also leaning towards earlier. Illinois, Chicago, that line is headed down, and Georgia Southern, that line is also headed down. Did you look at either of those games, Jim?
I didn't.
Yeah. I feel the same way about those as I felt about some of the other big favorites that I was liking, but there's clear line movement in favor of the underdog, which is not necessarily, predictive here. And I also had a lean to Manhattan +9, getting a bunch of points at Ryder, and I might throw all those on there. Let me just check the lines. Jim, any other games you want to comment on? Any other interesting comments from the comment section?
Daryl Dukes comes in and says, any word on Western Carolina straight up?
Western Carolina. I'm on the under on that one. I gave the under as an official pick. As far as a side, it's a pass for me.
Maxwell Smart says that he's on the Iona over.
Yes, I gave the first half over as an official pick already, and I bet it at 74, gave it at 75 here in this show.
Mela Payless Way is with you on the, he's leaning Duke first half and over.
Yeah, I took both Duke +1 and the first half over 79.5. And wow, God, Illinois, Chicago now down to 9.5. Is someone out for Illinois, Chicago? Can you go do a quick check, Jim?
Yeah, for sure.
What the hell? Wow, that's a big line move in favor of Youngstown State. I'm not totally 100% seeing it. And then also the Georgia Southern game against ULM. That one also has taken a big move. It opened at 12. It's now down to a 10. Not quite any 9.5s, but it's +10 -111. Not quite totally
There's nothing. Nothing here.
All right, you know what? We'll see how this turns out. I'm going to do a little bit of a ballsy thing here. I'm going to take two big favorites where the market has moved against me. Probably one will win and one will lose, but we'll see. If both of them win, I'll look like a friggin' badass tomorrow, won't I? I will take Georgia Southern, minus 10, minus 101. That's the current line at Pinnacle over ULM. And I will take Illinois Chicago, minus 9.5. Minus 110, Illinois Chicago minus 9.5, minus 110. That is the current line against Youngstown State, and that line has gone way down. Kind of interesting.
Triple
right?
Beam says, speaking about the Duke game, says that Bagley 2 fouls in the first 8 minutes is the way this game will stay close. Bagley doesn't get into foul trouble. Dirty Sanchez, before he said that Belmont is a lock, he said that his dick is named Duke.
Very nice there.
And then Robin Spears says Sharps on Youngstown.
Okay, the Sharps were also on, and actually I found out what happened in that Minnesota game. It was the guy, I forgot his name. It was an injured starter who was expected to return. The reports were that he was returning, and then he didn't play.
Okay.
So that's what happened. The reports were that he was coming in. That's what caused the line movement, and then he didn't actually play. So, yeah, listen, the Sharps are on Youngstown State. They might be right there. I'm taking Illinois Chicago, and I got it at 9.5. I wonder if the Sharps would still take it at 9.5. Maybe, maybe not. A lot of times, Sharps will bite on a line when it's 2.5 or 3, but not when it's 2, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying, Jim? And I did also take Georgia Southern as well. Yeah, the Georgia State-Louisiana Lafayette game is a tricky one because you're just thinking that Louisiana Lafayette's going to have a clear rebounding edge here, right?
Yeah, they just do everything well, and Georgia State's weak spot is their rebounding. Yeah,
so that definitely makes me a little bit nervous. The line has moved in my favor. I bet it at 2.5. I gave it at 2, I think, and now it's down to a 1. 1 or 1.5. So a slight market move in favor of Georgia State. Hopefully that was Sharps on that one, and hopefully they were right about that one. In the meantime, Jimmy the Bag, not that this means anything, but money does appear to be coming in on Chattanooga pretty strong. It's now up to 5.5 minus 112 at Pinnacle. And minus 5, minus 122 at the Greek. That's okay. That's okay. As to quote Native Queen, as she recently commented in one of our videos, in all caps, we are the Sharps. Nice. I like that she commented on that. It might be a little bit of an overstatement there, but okay. And anything else you want to comment on, Jim, before we move on?
No. Hal Abrams wants to know what you think of the William and Mary game, and you gave that total.
I gave first half over, and listen, the line has been bouncing way back and forth. It opened at 7.5, went down to 6.5, then it went back up to 7.5. Now it's back down to 6.5. And as I look at it right now, yeah, so pretty clearly, market it appears to be a slightly stronger move in favor of William and Mary. I did bet William and Mary. I bet him at 7.5. And went down to 6.5. Then in the morning show, I was like, now it's going back up to 7.5. And now look at it back down to 6.5. So, who knows? Who knows, Jim? Who knows?
Yeah. Seems like a lot of people are on the over in that spot.
Yes. I took the first half over as an official play for sure. And let's see, what else do we have here? What else is interesting? Other than that, a couple of first halves that I was thinking about, North Texas and Arkansas State. And you know what? I will and Marist on the first half, and I'll throw all those on as well. I will throw all of those on as well. Let me just find them. I'm doubling, tripling up on I got a ton of picks on this card. That's okay. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? Might be way, way, way up with all these plays tomorrow. Let me just find out all these first half plays. Marist at St. Peter's. They are garbage. They are dog shit on the road, but I did take them. You know what? I'll just stick with the well, you know what? No, I will take it. Marist, first half. I will throw that one on there. +5 minus 108. That's the line currently at Pinnacle. The other two games I was gonna double up on were. Let me find them. Let me just +quickly find them. Sorry. We're going to quickly find them. Where the hell are they? Where the hell are those games? North Texas. +6 minus 110. +6 minus 110. Throwing that one on there. And the third one that I was going to Arkansas State. +5 minus 110. Those are all first half lines. Hopefully at least 2 of them will win, and then I will be justified in having having done what I just did. +5, -110. That's the current line at Intertops, Arkansas State first half. All right, Jim.
Native Queen comes in and says, "Hi guys, hate I'm missing the show at my daughter's award show.
Oh.
And we will probably do worse without you."
Yes, significantly worse. I'm sure a bunch of these first half plays that I just gave, she, would be on the opposite side of, and she would be more likely than me to be right. But congratulations to her daughter's award show. She's got a kid who's winning awards, Jim. Look at that. Look at that. There you go. All right. What else do we want to give here in college basketball before we move on?
That's it for me.
Okay. Any comments? Any final last comments about college basketball before we move on to NBA and NHL? Let's see.
Yeah, I am Prometheus has Portland Pilots +10.
Yep, I gave that one as an official pick in the morning show. It actually was 10.5, and that's another play I was going to maybe double up on the first half.
Predictions, guys, on San Diego -3.5.
And actually, I will double up on the Portland one. So hopefully, at least 2 of these first halves that I just gave will cash. And if 3 of them cash, that'll be great. If 4 of them cash, that'll be friggin' awesome. Let me just find that one. Portland +6 -110. First half +6 -110. Portland first half +6 -110. That's a market line there. All right. So let's see. Other comments here. Let's see. I guess that's about it, right, Jim?
Yeah.
All right. Should I review all the picks that I've given?
Why don't, maybe sure. Why not? Why? Because
look at this, Jim.
Yes,
that's just me.
Why don't we do the 7 o'clock
games?
Yeah. Which ones are 7 o'clock games in the NHL and NBA?
All right. So I'm not going to review all the picks only because literally I have like 30 of them. But hopefully you've written them down or something. You can watch the show again to find out all the picks that I gave. Now let's move on to NBA, Jim. I have NBA second on the card. Is that okay, Jim?
Sure.
All right. Let's move on to NBA. It is a modest NBA card again. Wow. And the big line, which I did see, Portland was 3.5 or 4. It's now down to 3.
Yeah.
That's not a great sign there, Jim. I took the money line on the first half. You took the full game, right?
Yeah, and seriously was just talking about not enjoying that spot.
Yeah.
Because we took it. I got it at 3.5.
Yes. And it's now down to 3, although the Greek still has 3.5. I took the money line -155 and the first half -1.5.
Yeah. I think this is a nice spot for Portland. I mean, one of the keys with Charlotte is they beat up bad teams and they lose to good teams. And I consider the Blazers a good team. And the Blazers just had a very bad road trip, lose 3 straight games. They won it. And I think this is a nice spot with a small line. Of course, I'd rather have 3 or 2.5, but I think this will be just fine. Lillard and Walker play each other tough. And for whatever reason, when they play each other, neither of them ever puts up big offensive numbers. And so when you take Kemba off of the offensive production, there's nobody on Charlotte that steps up. With Batum's elbow injury, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist being a fucking nobody. But you take Lillard off the offensive production, and C.J. McCollum can put up 30 or 35, and that's exactly what happened the last time these teams met.
All right, so that's a pick we're both on. You also took Boston at +1.5. They are now a favorite. Nice job, Jim. You took them at +1.5. They are now -1 or 1.5. The Greeks still holding it. Pick them. Nice job there. You beat that line move there, Jim.
I like this spot. I think it's time to fade the Wizards. Now, they have every excuse for their bad game. So it's not like we've watched them play. That was their second game of a back-to-back, third game in 4 days. They look very tired. Bradley Beal says that everybody eats slogans, not a cut at John Wall. But I think this is a nice spot, a really nice spot for the Celtics. They got beaten badly against the Raptors, and they're going to step back up. They've got to step back up, and I think this is the spot for them to do it. And as I said, if the Wizards lose this game as well, I'm going to fade them every game moving forward. Sports Betting and Poker says, alert, alert, pretty major reverse line movement in the Hornets-Blazers game tonight. I'm all over Charlotte. Okay, reverse line movement is always something to be aware of and to take note of, but it's certainly not always predictive. There was a couple of college basketball games where I was on the opposite side of reverse line movement, and my pick wound up being the right one, right, Jim? Yeah, and King Rail says, tried to warn you guys about the trade coming. Yeah, and that that will affect the Blazers. Yeah, because I guess it was Vonleh must have been moved. Let me see this.
All sorts of craziness coming in in the NBA, of course. So I'm taking it light. I'm just taking Portland, and if it loses, that's fine. But despite the reverse line movement, I think it's okay. And what else? What else do you have, Jim?
So from the NBA card, those were my 2 plays. Now, the Thunder Lakers is extremely interesting. Somebody in the chat was asking about what if they like the Westbrook over prop. It's at 27.5 points. He always plays well here. I have a feeling that the Lakers with this small bench could step up. I just don't trust this Thunder team, and I'm not going to bother with this game, but I can understand people on the Thunder here. I know that King Rail, who's just been dominating lately, is on both the first quarter and first half on the Thunder, and I know that play makes sense, but I'm going to leave it alone.
All right. Anything else you want to discuss from NBA before we move on to NHL, Jim?
No, I am good.
All right, so let's move on to NHL. I did take Philly -1, and I believe that line has gotten bet up since I took it. I don't remember where it was when I bet it, but that line has definitely gotten bet up. Philly was one of my picks. Sorry, my computer is freezing up again here. Jim, we both took Vancouver, and that line has actually gotten bet more in Tampa Bay's favor, which is somewhat understandable. I'm not totally shocked by that, but we took it. The money line was +221. Now it's all the way up to +228 at Bet Online, which is kind of interesting. You took Buffalo at +100. That's right where it is, right there. You took New Jersey at +100. That's approximately right where it is. It's a little bit now +103 at Pinnacle, but basically right where it was. And you took Dallas at -115. That also has not moved much. That's right where it is. And the Vegas San Jose game has also not moved much. Let's take a look at some of the NHL totals and see if there's any line moves there. I took the over in Islanders Buffalo at +100. That's pretty much right where that one is. I took the over in the Calgary New Jersey game, and I beat that line move by about 5 cents. I got it at 5.5 -115. It's 5.5 -120 at the Greek right now, although everyone else is at 6. So very interesting. The Greek is holding strong on the Greek appears to have a pretty strong lean to the under on that one, as does Bet365, because they are both still hanging strong with the under, and they're not even hanging -125. They're hanging 5.5 -120 on the over on that one. Let's see. That's about. Also, I took. Go ahead, Jim.
Lee Davis says Canucks team total over 2.5 -110. I need you guys to know that when we, took Vancouver, I had a bunch of different guys say don't do it.
Yeah.
I had a guy who was at the game on Saturday night, the Lightning Canucks game, and said that the Canucks were dominated. And I went over that game pretty closely, and I guess Tampa had the puck a lot more because the Canucks had a lot more hits, and that will happen. But the Canucks outshot them. The Canucks came very hard in that third period. They were down 3-0 going into the third period, so maybe the Lightning were taking it soft. I just feel like I have value here. And but so when I'm asked from a guy I like a lot, should I take Canucks team total over 2.5? I feel like all my plays have taken a lot of criticism, and I just I don't want to say yes, Lee, take the Canucks team total over 2.5. The question is, do you think Vasilevsky will have a bounce back game? They were gone. If you fade every team that is that goes on a road trip for over 6 games on their first game back, you will win more than you will lose. You will profit. And
the question here with this one is just how big of an underdog should Vancouver be? The other question is, what do you think about the total? I was thinking maybe Vasilevsky will have a little bit of an off day, and I was actually leaning to the over on this one. What do you think about that, Jim?
Well, that's a great answer for you right there then, Lee. I'm concerned about this spot, and I don't want to double up on it, because I just did that with the Panthers game in the exact same spot, and took a 2-unit loss. So I like getting the big line, and I'm comfortable there. It was nice to hear a couple people back the Sabres play.
Wait, did you with the Carolina Panthers?
Florida Panthers.
Oh, the Florida Panthers. Right. Carolina Panthers.
How am I talking about? It's okay. It's Thursday.
No, because I got it confused. I was Carolina Panthers. You did take Carolina. No, but you took them. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Brain confusion there. All right. Okay. Right. All right, Jimmy the Bag. Okay, so what do you want to do? So so I'm just going to I took Vancouver +1 only because it was it's just the line,
Isaiah's on the over in the Lightning game.
Yeah.
I mean, the Canucks goaltending is not being good.
Yeah.
And, G Money NHL Top Shelf says of all the NHL teams that don't get respect and can steal any game is is Vancouver. And we've had great success this year taking Vancouver on the road when they're huge dogs.
Yes. Yeah. The question is just, what do you expect from Vasilevsky here? And what do you expect from him going forward? He's an elite goalie. What do you think?
Yes, I think he's an elite goalie, but I think that there's that the Lightning are playing poorly right now. In 10 straight games of allowing over 30-plus shots, 2 of them allowing 40-plus shots. You know, and it's not just because it's not Girardi being out. He doesn't play that much. Hedman maybe rushed back from his injury. There's a lot of different possible explanations. Maybe they're just getting bored because they're so far ahead, but now Boston's catching them. Every team goes through lulls, and I'm trying to time this lull. Now, obviously, we all just saw the Oilers put 6 on them. That was a tough 8-game road trip, and it's tough being away for so long.
Yeah. You know what? I will take a shot with the over. I'll take the over 5.5 minus 125. That's the current line at Greek and Bet365. I'm going to throw that one on there. Vancouver, go ahead.
A lot of guys are jumping on it. A lot of guys are.
Vancouver, Tampa Bay, over 5.5 minus 125. This is another line where the Greek is holding strong on the under. Everyone else has about 6 plus 100. But I'm going to take that one, over 5.5 minus 125. That's an official play for me. Jimmy the Bag, what else would you like to discuss here in the NHL?
Well, there's been a lot of questions about the Predators game, and I just see Mutt B saying that Mutt's on Nashville minus 1.5 plus 155. I feel like Duchesne. So Kyle Turris and Matt Duchesne meet after the blockbuster trade. Turris 5 goals, 13 assists in his first 17 games with the Preds. Had a tough time scoring since, but when Turris isn't scoring, he's still very responsible defensively. Whereas Duchesne, who started so poorly, has gotten hot. But when Duchesne's not scoring, he's a liability defensively. They got UC Saros is expected to be in goal because the second half of back-to-back. Saros is a good goalie. But the Senators have won 3 of 4, and now they have no pressure on them. I kind of think they're a bit dangerous right now. Yeah. And if I was getting a bigger number, obviously, if I was getting a plus 200 on the Preds or even a plus 190 or 180, I would probably take a shot with them. Okay. They just played last night. Mark Stone and Derek Brassard are coming back. I just don't think there's enough value there.
Okay. One hard yo asked, did Pete take under on the Stars-Hawks game? Yes, I did. And I took it at 6 minus 115. It's gone down about 5 cents since then, and there was a decent amount of endorsement of that play in the morning show. So that's very nice. Yeah, I bet that one, and I did take it. And Andre Pedroso says, you guys are really needing a mega blunt. Oh, you can say that again, Andre. Oh, man. Can you imagine a fat blunt right here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no more college basketball stress right now. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. I actually could twist one up.
Yeah? Oh, very nice. Could you make one like this fat?
No, it's weed's too expensive down here, man.
Or one of those fat like pipes that they use in Jamaica, one of those huge pipes like jam like a whole.
I can roll up a tiny one, very small joy.
All right. So anything else in NHL? I've definitely added on the Vancouver Tampa Bay over. What else do you want, Jim? Anything else you want?
I'm not going to add anything. I'm very interested in the Avalanche Blues game. You know, the Avalanche, to me, have become a little bit like Vegas. They're really, truly playing they get rid of Duchesne, they get the cancer out of the dressing room, and then they step up and they continually play well. They beat San Jose without Rantanen or McKinnon, and so I feel like the Avalanche are tricky right now, and they're stepping up in a big way. And a lot of people, I had a lot of people sending me stuff on Twitter today saying that the Sharks were a great play. And again, I'm afraid to fade Vegas. But man, predictions guy says, "Hi Jimmy, weed's too expensive." So what did you use? What do you mean? It's just expensive down here, man. Predictions guy, it's just expensive in San Jose.
G Money Top Shelf saying you wear your fish shirt, Pete. Wore it on the Super Bowl show. No, that wasn't a fish shirt. That was a yoga shirt that a friend of mine here makes. She makes a line of yoga shirts, and I wore that one for. I don't even know if I wore it for good luck. I just wore it for the hell of it because it does look pretty hip with a blazer. You know what I'm saying? If you wear like a hip, artistic, hippie like logo on a T-shirt with a blazer on top of it, that's a hip look. That's a hip look.
Can we get it? Can we get a MILF update? Do we have time for a quick MILF
update? We don't know. We don't necessarily know if we want to make all the information public that has transpired over the past bunch of weeks. So we're gonna have to just say no comment on that one and do a little political.
Oh man, I'm aroused.
We have no comment on that request there, Jim.
All right.
That's the official answer on that one.
I like
it. So what else do we have tomorrow? What's going on here? Okay, Jimmy the Bag. What would you like to discuss here?
I don't. I've hit 15 of my last 16 basketball bets, and I don't feel overly confident in this card. I feel like everything could go back to its old ways. I do like my NBA spot. I know that the Blazers line's moved in the wrong direction, but I really like the Celtics here tonight. And so I'm very comfortable in NBA, where I've hit 7 of my last 8. But college basketball, these Thursday cards, they can easily overwhelm you. And I hope I didn't allow that to happen. What I did, though, is it takes too long sometimes for me to handle, to break down the totals. So what I did was I took the sides that Twadi liked and the sides that you liked, and I only looked at those games. And I think that might be something. We'll see how it works today, but I think that's going to be something that's going to help me moving forward. Just, picking cappers that I really like. And I love Max. Max's stuff. Max was questioning the card today a lot, and Max is another guy. If Max sends stuff out, then I would look at what you guys are doing and then only cap those games. I think that will help moving forward. I do think that these games that a lot of the games that I pick, they either have a solid edge or they're a big trap, and in which case there's an edge on the other side, which is also obviously great to know. You know what I'm saying? So, I do think that having someone giving a second over of the games that we pick is actually very valuable, because I think that, if there's a game that I've identified, I'm either seeing an edge or I'm seeing something that should be an edge but isn't there, and in fact there's an edge on the other side, so that would be even more value just doing the opposite. You know what I'm saying, Jim? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. All right. And someone else, Bill Buttlicker, said he's smoking right now, in fact. Where is that? Bill Buttlicker. Very nice. All right. Okay. We have done a pretty bang-up job here, Jim, handling the entire card, pro and college. I have given about 30 or 35 picks in college basketball tonight. As a group, I'm feeling okay about all of them. The one that I'm feeling the worst about, I think, might be like Georgia State. But I just one pick. You know what I mean? So
the one I feel worst about Stanford. Everybody going against me. I'm very curious to watch this game. It's not going to be easy staying up because I'm up at fucking dawn.
Yes.
But I'm up way before dawn here. But I just feel like the Utes don't have enough scoring. And they have all these different options. They have a huge roster. They play so many guys. They can give you all these different looks. But they just don't have enough scores. And I think that's going to hurt them moving forward. So we'll see. Very, very nice. All right, Jimmy the Bag. Let's wrap this show up, okay? Yes, let's do it. All right. We got a lot of picks going. This week in general has been pretty successful. More successful for Jim, but successful for me as well. Hopefully this will be a bang-up night tonight, and we'll come in with positive units all over the place tomorrow in our spreadsheets. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern Time. Thanks for tuning in.